Every single day, someone brings a new dog home and does the same thing. They carry them through the front door, introduce them to every room, call the family over to meet them, let the resident dog say hello in the living room, and then wait to see what happens. What happens in most cases is not bonding. It is not a smooth transition. It is a nervous system in crisis wearing the costume of excitement. And because the dog is not biting anyone, because the dog is moving around and exploring, the owner tells themselves it is going fine. It is not going fine. The damage is already being laid down quietly, invisibly in the first 72 hours. And most owners never connect what happens in those first 3 days to the behavioral problems they are still managing 6 months later. Not because they do not love the dog. Because nobody ever told them what a new dog actually needs when they walk through that door for the first time. Welcome to PAW'S Mind. If you are new here, subscribe right now because this channel goes deep on what is actually happening inside your dog's head. And that knowledge changes everything. Before the system, you need to understand one thing. A dog entering a new home is not excited. They are uncertain. And uncertainty in a dog does not look the way uncertainty looks in a human. A human who is uncertain sits quietly. A dog who is uncertain sniffs frantically, moves from room to room, cannot settle, wakes up repeatedly during the night, and sometimes does not eat for the first day or two. That is not a dog who is adjusting well. That is a dog whose nervous system is in a state of full threat assessment. Research published in Applied Animal Behavior Science found that newly rehomed dogs show elevated cortisol levels for an average of 3 days following placement, with some dogs showing elevated stress indicators for up to 3 weeks depending on their history, temperament, and how the transition was managed. 3 weeks. And the way most owners manage the first 72 hours is the single biggest factor in how long that stress window lasts. Your instinct when you bring a new dog home is to love them immediately, to show them everything, to introduce them to everyone, to help them feel welcome by filling the space with warmth and activity and access. That instinct is backwards. And here is why. When the nervous system is in assessment mode, stimulation is not comfort. Stimulation is data that has to be processed. And a new dog in a new home already has more data coming in than their brain can efficiently handle. Every new smell, every new surface, every new sound, every new face is a variable they do not yet have a category for. You adding excitement to that environment does not soothe them. It overwhelms them. What a new dog needs first is not love delivered loudly. It is safety delivered quietly. Let's dive into the system. 4 components. Component 1, the decompression space. Before the dog arrives, you set up one room or one defined section of your home. Not the whole house. One space. This is where the dog lives for the first 3 to 7 days. The space needs a bed, a water bowl, a safe chew or food puzzle, and a baby gate or closed door separating it from the rest of the home. That is it. No visitors. No tours. No introductions to every person who wants to come and meet the new dog. No car rides to show them off. One space, low stimulation, quiet. When you are in that space with the dog, you are present without being demanding. Sit on the floor. Read. Work on a laptop. Let the dog come to you when they are ready. Do not reach toward them. Do not call their name repeatedly. Do not make sustained eye contact if they seem tense. You are not a threat. You are not a performance. You are simply a calm presence that exists in their space without requiring anything from them. Some dogs will approach and investigate within an hour. Some dogs will press themselves into the corner and stay there for 12 hours. Both of those responses are completely normal. The dog who explores quickly is not adjusting better. The dog who retreats is not broken. Both dogs are doing the only reasonable thing available to them, which is processing an enormous amount of new information at whatever pace their nervous system allows. A study from the University of Nottingham found that dogs allowed a structured decompression period of 48 to 72 hours showed significantly faster behavioral settling, better response to early training, and lower anxiety indicators at 2-week assessment compared to dogs who were immediately given full household access and high social stimulation. Decompression is not deprivation. It is the most generous thing you can do for a dog in their first week. Component 2, the outdoor introduction for multi-dog households. If you already have a dog at home, This component is the most important thing in this entire video. Read it twice. The introduction between a resident dog and a new dog must happen outside. Not in your living room. Not in your backyard. Outside, in neutral territory, before either dog enters the shared home space. Here is why. Your resident dog's home is their territory. The smells they have marked, the resting spots they have claimed, the spaces they move through every day, all of that is theirs in every sense that matters to a dog. Bringing a stranger directly into that space triggers territorial responses that would not occur on neutral ground. The resident dog's arousal level inside your home is fundamentally different from their arousal level in an unfamiliar park. The protocol is this. Both dogs on leash handled by separate people. You begin in a completely neutral location, a park, a quiet street, anywhere neither dog has a claim to. Walk the dogs in parallel at a distance of approximately 10 meters, moving in the same direction. Do not allow face-to-face greeting. After 5 minutes of parallel walking with loose leashes and relaxed body language in both dogs, reduce the distance to 5 meters. After another 5 minutes, allow a brief sniff of no more than 3 to 5 seconds, then redirect both dogs forward. No standing still. No sustained eye contact between the dogs. Research published in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior found that dogs introduced through parallel walk protocols showed significantly lower aggression and stress signaling in the first 30 minutes compared to dogs introduced face-to-face in an enclosed space. Only when both dogs are walking within 2 meters of each other with no tension, no raised hackles, no stiff body posture, and no sustained direct staring do you walk them toward home together. Enter with the resident dog first. Component 3. Resource management in the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks inside the shared home are a management exercise, not a relationship-building exercise. The relationship will build on its own. What you are managing is the conditions that create conflict before the relationship exists to absorb it. Resources are anything both dogs might compete over. Food bowls, water bowls, beds, toys, high-value chews, resting spots, access to you. Any resource that creates competition creates conflict. The solution is not fewer resources. It is separation during resource access and active supervision at all other times. Active supervision does not mean glancing over while watching television. It means being positioned to intervene at the first sign of tension, which looks like body stiffening, sustained direct staring, one dog hovering over the other, or elevated arousal near any shared resource. When you cannot actively supervise, you separate. Baby gates. Separate rooms. Crate for the new dog if crate training is established. Separation during unsupervised periods is not a failure of the integration process. It is the process. Research from the American Veterinary Society of Animal Behavior found that the majority of serious multi-dog conflicts in newly integrated households occurred in the first 2 weeks and predominantly during unsupervised periods. Component 4. The counter-conditioning approach. This is the step most owners not only skip but actively reverse. And it is where resource guarding between dogs is accidentally created. When you see your resident dog approach the new dog's food bowl, your instinct is to intervene, to tell the resident dog off, redirect them, or physically move them away from the new dog's space. The intention is protection. The result is the opposite. When you consistently remove the resident dog from the new dog's resources, you are teaching the resident dog that the new dog's presence equals losing access to things they value. That is the precise neurological condition that produces resource guarding. The correct approach is counter-conditioning. When the resident dog moves near the new dog's food bowl or resting spot, add something of value to the resident dog's experience. A treat delivered to the resident dog near but not at the resource. You are teaching their brain a new equation. When that dog is nearby, good things happen to me. This is not complicated. It is an instinct reversal. Doing the opposite of what feels right in the moment. That is the job. Edge cases. Situation 1. The dog is not eating. A new dog refusing food for the first 24 to 48 hours is normal and does not require intervention beyond ensuring fresh water is available and the environment is quiet. A dog who is still refusing food after 72 hours should be assessed by a veterinarian. Loss of appetite beyond 3 days is no longer adjustment. It is a signal. Situation 2, the resident dog is showing sustained tension. If your resident dog is stiff, growling at distance, or consistently positioning themselves between you and the new dog across multiple days, the integration is moving faster than the relationship can support. Go back to parallel walking outside. Extend the decompression period. Add more physical separation indoors. Time and structure solve this. Pressure makes it worse. Situation 3, children in the home. The first rule is that children do not approach the new dog. The new dog approaches children on the dog's timeline and at the dog's pace. Children sit calmly on the floor with a treat in a loosely open hand. No reaching out, no direct eye contact, no excited voices. The dog investigates when they are ready. This process is slower than every child in the house will want it to be. It produces a dog who is genuinely comfortable with children, rather than one who has been cornered into tolerating them. Week 1 is almost always uncomfortable. The new dog is quieter than expected, or more restless than expected, or not eating the way you hoped. The resident dog is watchful and possibly stiff. This is not failure. This is a nervous system doing exactly what it is supposed to do in an uncertain environment. Week 2 and 3 are where the shift begins. The new dog starts seeking voluntary contact. They sleep more deeply. They eat with appetite. The resident dog begins to relax their vigilance. You will start to see the first moments of genuine calm coexistence rather than managed proximity. Week 4 and beyond is where the relationship you imagined starts to become visible. Not because time passed, because the first 3 weeks were handled in a way that gave both dogs the conditions they needed to trust each other without being forced to. You are not building a dog that tolerates their new home. You are building a dog that chooses it. That difference is entirely in how these first weeks are managed. And now you know how to manage them. If this video changed the way you are thinking about bringing a new dog home, share it with someone who is about to make every mistake in the first hour. They will not know they are making them. That is the whole problem. Subscribe to PAW'S Mind. We go deep on dog behavior every week, because the dog that is counting on you to get this right deserves an owner who actually understands them. And if your new dog is following you from room to room already, refusing to let you out of their sight even in a home they have known for less than 48 hours, there is a reason that goes deeper than clinginess. That video is next.